Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Yarn Everywhere podcast. This is episode 40. Wow. Can you believe it is episode 40? It feels like I just started this podcast. So I'm just going to dive in and show y'all what I'm working on. Let me just show you what I started. I finally decided on the yarn that I wanted to use for this month's crochet along that I'm doing with my friend Danielle at a Knotty Habit Designs. It's for her Winterscape beanie, and I haven't made it very far. But I started the brim, and I'm using this really pretty, I don't really know. It's like I don't know, an aqua teal. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. And I don't remember what I called this. But, anyways, I love this color. And let me just show you the color that I'm pairing it with. So you can just see the goodness. Um, the lighting just is not doing it justice. This is has so many colors in it. I can't wait. I feel like my friend Danielle at my Danielle, she's my Danielle too. At a Naughty Habit, let me tell you, her color work is just fabulous. And she told me that how she pairs her yarn colors is she will look at like the variegated yarn and find a color that kind of there's just a little bit of, and then she'll pick that color to go with her work. Anyways, and it works every time. It just makes it pop, and there's just a little bit of this color in there. I wish I would have taken pictures of it, as a hank twisted up because then you could really see all the colors, but, it was one of those things. I needed to twist it up while I was thinking of it so I could get started, but I think that is just going to be so gorgeous. So, really hoping to make more progress on that. I will post a link to the video where we went live with all the details for that crochet along. It's just a mini crochet along. It is a paid crochet along for this month. There's already been people in the group that have finished their beanies and made more. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, so let me show you what else I'm working on. Of course, socks. I started another sock. It happened. I'm doing I call these all my yarnable socks whenever I use yarnable colorways. So these are my yarnable socks. I believe I know the theme for the month was Avocardio. I hope I said that right. And so I'm just calling these my yarnable Avocardio socks. Look at those colors. Look, I am not a big fan of green yarn or yellow, but Cheryl has a way of making me love yarn colors that I normally just don't love. And of course, like all the little specks of color in there. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm also experimenting because almost every time I knit socks right here in that little corner, at least on one of the sides, there's a hole. And I think I figured it out. So once I know for sure, once I finish it and I try it on the other sock, I'll share my secret. It's really not a secret. It may be a fluke. So I don't want to tell you now and confuse you, but I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm just gonna hush. But I'm really excited about these socks. Look at that. Um, I don't know if it's just a me thing, but when I switch to sock weight instead of DK weight, I actually think I need a small. Um, so I'm trying the size small this time to see, and then I'll go from there. Medium on DK weight fits me fine, but for some reason the medium on the sock weight, it's like huge. I don't know. It could have been me. We'll see. Could have been me just not paying attention when I made the first one. But my s'mores yarnable socks, they're huge. They're like a size large. Oops. Okay. So I showed you that. Oh, let me show you my Sassy Wrap. I did not make much progress. Y'all, I can't even believe I'm gonna tell y'all this publicly, but y'all know me by now, so I'm not even gonna be embarrassed. Okay, so here is my Sassy Wrap. Let me make sure I don't have it. I do have it upside down and backwards. Okay, here we go. It's so pretty. I'm obsessed with these colors, and I'm so glad my friend Danielle talked me into using these colors because they are so me. So my husband informed me the other day that his company does a Christmas party and it's semi-formal. And I am not a formal kind of gal. Like, just, I mean, I will if I have to. But I'm like, I wouldn't even know what to wear. But I have an idea. I have this black dress, literally, it's just a plain Jane black dress. But I'm thinking if I finish this in time, I think this would be a really pretty, like, I don't know, it might be too much. I don't know. But to kind of fancy it up a little. I don't know. We'll see. Um, we'll see. But I think that would be really pretty with a black dress and maybe kind of make me look a little fancy. I don't know. We'll see. But okay, so let me tell you the embarrassing story about this. I actually frogged some of this, but I have a trick that I do when I frog something, especially if I'm making the same thing. Um, I frogged back to where I was at colorway number 1 that I started with, and then I just started making the new wrap from the old wrap. I would just frog enough to work with. Um, and one, it saves me so much time because I'm not spending all of that time frogging and I'm not gonna have a mess of yarn. So I frogged because I thought I was working the wrong stitch. This is how tired my brain was from not sleeping very good with our new schedule. I thought I had worked the wrong stitch on one of these, and I kept looking at it, and this is why I don't need to make decisions late at night, especially when I'm tired. I just kept looking at it, and I'm like, "How did I do that? I cannot believe I worked the wrong stitch," and I stared at the pattern. I come in here and pulled my other one, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, "I can't believe that I did that." So I started frogging it, and thankfully, I only frogged, um, I don't know, probably 6 rows, and I started the other one, and I didn't even add in the first color change for the other one when I noticed that I'm like, "Girl, it looks the same." So I actually was doing it right, but when I noticed that it looked the same, I had actually gotten, like, 7 hours of sleep. It was glorious. It was the first time in a long time that I had, like, completely just slept, and I guess my brain needed that, and thankfully I realized that I was doing it right the whole time. I can't believe I just shared that. I'm like, "Oh my goodness." So, I really haven't gotten much crocheting or knitting done because I really haven't had time, and when I do have time, I'm tired and I'm like, "No, mm-mm." I make simple little things, um, I make mistakes. So, I'm like, "You know what? I'm just not even going to crochet or knit when I'm tired." So anyways, I'm so ready to have, like, a day where I can just do nothing but sit and crochet and hopefully, um, weave in all these ends. I'm kidding, I'm not weaving these ends in until I have to, but I can actually make some progress because 'cause I'm really hoping to, finish this by the end of the month, and my pattern testers are killing it. I cannot wait to see all of their finished Sassy Wraps. And I'm really hoping that that pattern will be ready around the first week of December. All right, so those are the only 2 crochet whips that I have. Nope, nope, I have another one. Oh, but let me show you the other sock. I'm so close to being done with this sock, so I cast on another one. Makes sense, right? Okay, where's it at? Where's it at? Here we go. These are my Yarnicorn socks. Here's the one that I finished. I actually think I don't know, I might be wrong. I actually think I added the yarn in for the toe too soon. It was like that moment where I remembered, um, that to change the yarn, and I'm like, "Do I do it now or do I do it, like, later on?" I'm like, "I don't care. I remembered, I'm doing it now." So, I may just have, like, a bigger colored toe section than normal, but here we are. Here we are. Um, so I'm excited to get this pair finished, and look, there's that huge hole I was talking about. I don't know if you can see it. Let me stick my finger in there. Let's see. Yeah, see? Every time. And I learned to knit socks from the crazy sock lady. Not like we're besties and like she came over and showed me. No. From her YouTube channel. And she was saying like the same thing that she always has this hole on one side and she even shows you how to fix it. But I'm like, it is like my goal to figure it out how to not have that. Um, so I guess it's just a way to keep me entertained while I'm knitting socks. I have told myself though that I'm not casting on any more socks until I finish that one. Okay. I'm gonna consider this one a whip because I haven't actually fastened off. I really need to measure it. But I think it's finished. Uh-oh. Unless I just pulled a bunch of stitches. No. Okay. Let me pull some more yarn here. Okay, let me back up. This is the baby blanket for my nephew. It's huge. It's huge. It's more like a a small throw, or for an adult, it would be like a really good lap blanket. But look at this squishy texture. I really need to write this crochet pattern up because I want to make all the baby blankets with this stitch. So I really believe this is done. Like it's, how tall am I? Not even 5 foot. So it's probably, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and entertain y'all by trying to measure it, but it's good sized. I think it's done. Um, but I want to lay it out, measure it, and make sure it looks good and all the things before I say it's done. So I'm super excited to have that done and get it in the mail. I heard from my brother and my sister-in-law the other day, and they think that baby Rylan is going to come early because he's already like in position, but she's not due until mid-December. And he's only, I think she said 4 pounds, 10 ounces now. So we want him to stay in and bake a little longer. But we may have a baby. We may, like, I'm going to have the baby, but they may have the baby sometime this month. So I really need to get it in the mail to them. So that's all of my whips, which is enough right now because I'm not really, I don't really have a lot of time to crochet. So yeah, Sharon, let me tell you, a good night's sleep makes all the difference. We are hoping to hear very soon. We were told on Monday that we would hear if my husband got the new position at his job, but they haven't told him. I think they just, want us to lose our minds. But if he gets the new position, he will be working 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., which would be perfect for us. So we're sending up all the prayers that that will happen, and we're hoping to find out this week. So that would be so much better than the shift that he's working now, which is 2:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night. I am a mammal. Like I want to be in the bed asleep by 8:30 p.m. Okay. Anyways, let me jump back in here instead of whining. Okay, let me show y'all what I finished. Um, these retro tie-dye socks. Don't mind the ends. It's a thing. I don't know why, but I'll get to them someday. The retro tie-dye socks, these were for my Yarn Club members. We did a sock along for Socktober. And it's DK weight, and y'all, I'm I'm so ready to get done dyeing yarn for my yarn club this month because I'm gonna dye more of this yarn. I want to make more socks with like it's perfect for socks. Like how fun is that? And I think it would be perfect for like a beanie hat too. So anyways, here are the retro tie-dye socks. They're so pretty. Like how fun is that? So I definitely want to dye more of that yarn. selfishly for me, but also I've had so many people that are like, "I want this yarn." I had somebody crack me up the other day on Instagram on one of my videos. I was using this yarn, and she said I think she said something about she would give her left yarn to be able to knit with this yarn, her left arm to be able to knit with this yarn, and I'm like, "What a sweetheart." It just made my day that she loved it that much. So fingers crossed, I will have some time to dye more of this yarn because it's so pretty. Okay, last week I told y'all about my bobble ear warmer, and I really wish I would have had time to make this on a tonal, no, yes, a tonal or a solid colored yarn because as much as I love using a variegated with these bobble stitches, because it really does show off the colors, you miss the texture that you get with this pattern from like with a tonal yarn. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I will make one soon to show y'all. But this was the mini cow that we had, what month is this? In October. Um, and I got some pictures today. And I'm hoping to get some flat lay pictures later too. But it's a super fun, quick pattern. It's free on my blog, and there's also a video tutorial on my YouTube channel, and I'll post all those below. But if you're looking for just a super quick, fun whip to make like some gifts or for markets or something like that, this is great. And you can easily adjust the pattern to make it wider. I honestly like really wide ear warmers. This is my Brinley twisted ear warmer. I like really wide ones, so it's super easy to adjust to make a wider or smaller if you want. And that's all. That's all that I have going on, which is super weird for me because usually I have a ton of whips. So let's jump into yarn news. My advent calendars, if you ordered an advent calendar, they will be shipping next week. It's probably going to be late next week. We had some really weird weather. Like there was like 2 days where it was so humid. Like my floors were sweating. It was humid. We have stained concrete floors. Um, and so some of the yarn is still hanging to dry, even though I really feel like it's dry. I'm just freaked out about it. So, I'm sure it's dry now, so I'm actually gonna be twisting all of that up this afternoon and packing everything up. So, and then my assistant has some things that she's doing next week, but she's available later in the week. So we will get those out. And I cannot wait because she was here yesterday and we got all of the goodies that I've been collecting out and organized. And I don't know, I felt like a kid at Christmas seeing everything. I do believe I'm gonna have one extra advent calendar, and I'm trying to talk myself out of being selfish and keeping it for me. So I may have one extra, I'm not sure, but these colorways are going to be one of a kind colorways that I won't repeat, sadly. Anyways, I'm going to be quiet before next thing you know I'm going to just like tell all because I'm not good at keeping secrets, but I'm really excited about these. This was my first year doing an advent calendar, even though I did kind of put my own spin on it. I did 12 50 grams of yarn because I knew the minis would just I would have like threw in the towel, quit, never dyed yarn again. It's not my thing. Um I am a creative hot mess, and keeping all of those 24 minis, like, to coordinate or and keeping everything straight, I would be in the loony bin. So I'm like, "You know what? If I'm gonna do Advents, I've gotta do it in a way that I'm not gonna absolutely hate myself or hate the whole process." So if this doing the 50 grams, oh my goodness. I may actually do Advents again. When I first started, I'm like, "I probably will never do Advents again," but it's been fun. We'll see. I'll see what everybody that bought them, I'll see how they feel about it, and if they enjoyed the experience, maybe I'll do them again next year. We shall see. I'm glad that I knew myself enough that I capped them and I didn't have too many, because it was a really great first experience. I didn't get overwhelmed and all the things, so, oh, other yarn news. I have extras from the Delightfully Autumn collection. I dyed extras as I was dyeing up the orders, and you can see this cubby is like slap full. Let me see if I can tilt my screen. Yeah, slap full. I have some overflowed here, and then I have some up here. Mainly have worsted weight yarn. I do have some sock weight and some DK weight. What I did is I listed them individually, but if you need help making sets or pairing them, holler at me because I will be glad to do that for you. Um, I mainly have a lot of the cranberry crisp. This is my sassy cowl that I made with the cranberry crisp. I don't know if you can see it well, but it's super pretty. Um, and honestly, if by Friday, if there's still some of these in stock, I'm probably gonna keep some for me. I love I think the cranberry crisp is absolutely my favorite, and it has brown in it, which really surprised me that it was my favorite. So I have some of those. Um, if you have been following me, um, the progress of my Sassy Wrap, I have some, um, let me just grab it. Oh, goodness gracious. I have enough of this sock weight yarn here. I have 2 of these and 2 of these that would make a gorgeous Sassy Wrap when the pattern's available. But I think that's all that I have. Yeah. I have 2 of each of those on sock weight. And I believe I have it on DK weight too. And then I have 2 of the sunflower flannel on sock weight too. And then I have a good bit on worsted and DK for these. So I wanted to let y'all know about that. I added those in the shop yesterday and then I sent out an email. So if you're on my email list, you get to know first. And then after that, I just tell everybody. Um, let me see what else. Oh, I have missed going live and dyeing yarn, and it's so hard to go live and dye yarn because most of the time I'm dyeing yarn for my yarn club, and I don't want to ruin the surprise for anybody. But I was recently dyeing some yarn, and I decided to go live on my YouTube channel and kind of just talk out my like how I do it and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you 2 of the ones. One of them I've been waiting to show. How pretty is this? I am obsessed. I'm hoping that I will have some good lighting this afternoon and I can take some pictures. But here's one of the ones that I have been waiting on. If you watch me on Instagram and you've seen my reels, this is the one that I have been impatiently waiting to dry. Look at those speckles. Okay, and then the other one, and I'll link those live videos below in case you want to watch me dye this yarn live. And what I'm hoping to do is get some pictures and then I can update those videos so these pictures will be at the end. I'll have to Google how technology, it's not my friend. So hopefully I'll be able to um, add some pictures at the end. If not, I don't know, I'll figure it out. But here's the other one. And I went back to some of my older dyeing techniques for these, and it's so funny how differently I dye now than when I first started, and going back and doing some of those, I was like, "Man, I need to go back to this way every once in a while," because look, it really just I don't know, I just love the colors. Um, Anyways, I really had fun, and I will post those links, so if you can go watch me dye these live. So these are 2 of the colors. Okay, I'm gonna quit because I'll just sit here and just, show it off even more. I have also added extras from August Yarn Club to my shop. I have a couple of extra Yarn Club packages from August. This is Coastal Sunset on worsted weight. This is Night Closes In on worsted weight. I have 2 of these, 1 of these, and I think I actually only have 2 of these left because I think 1 sold yesterday. And this is candy painted on DK weight. And it comes with some really cool extra goodies. So those are in the yarn shop too. I haven't posted my September extras yet because I wanna go get some, more pictures. I realized that I took pictures, but I didn't take pictures with the extras, and I wanna do a couple videos too, of that yarn before I post those. So that's all I have in the yarn news, and that's what's going on over here. So, Sharon, will I be dyeing any more rhythm and blues? I don't know. I'm so bad about going back and dyeing old colorways. I'm terrible about it. I did take notes. I do have one set left. Um, it's on DK weight. And Sharon, I think you asked me about it before. If you wanted me to break this up, just shoot me a message. But I only have one of the actual rhythm and blues and then the ones that match it. But I think you get worsted weight, but I might be wrong. But let me know. Um, Let me just set those here so y'all don't have to see me fight the yarn back here. Um, Thank you, Marquita. Um, I think, Jessica, if you're talking about this one, yes, me too. I don't know why, but I have this thing for pink and orange. They just look so good together. Um, but I'm a sucker for these 2. These make me think of the Northern Lights. And actually, I think I have a colorway that I did for my Christmas boxes one year. I'm pretty sure maybe it was last year. That when this was dry, I was like, "Wow, that looks so much like." I wanna say I cannot talk today. Let me slow down. I get excited and I can't talk when I talk about yarn. I think it was called Jolly Jewels or something, but after it was dry, I was like, "Wow, that looks a lot like Jolly Jewels." It's funny how I just, like, kinda gravitate towards some of the same yarn colors. Um, Even though a few of these colors in here are new, I guess they're really similar to some of my old ones, so okay, y'all. So let me just leave y'all with some encouragement. I know my husband and I have kind of been going through like a tough season. It's really not like we are very, very blessed. Like we really are. I think a lot of it is just trying to change, like completely flip-flopping our schedule and trying to learn to sleep at different times and things like that. And it has just been hard. And one of the things I'm really bad about when things are just tough is I withdraw. Like I just kind of like shut down and withdrawal into myself. And my husband and I were talking a couple weeks ago and was like, it's like almost like we're pouting. We need to snap out of it. So I just want to encourage you that whatever you're going through right now, and like I said, I feel like a spoiled brat even saying that because there's so many people out there that have problems way bigger than that. But whatever you're going through right now, keep going. Just keep going. Try to think positive. And one thing that has really helped me is to start every day thinking, what is something I can do for somebody else? And it doesn't have to be anything big. Like, sometimes it's just sending a text message to a friend saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. I hope you have a good day." Or even, online on social media when you're scrolling by and you see a pretty picture and normally you're just like, "Oh, that's pretty," and then just keep scrolling. You could just stop and comment or, reply to somebody's story and just compliment them, uplift them in a way. And I tell you what, when I stopped pouting and being all in my feelings, I think a lot of it was I was tired and I'm not my best self when I'm tired. Um, and when I started thinking about, what can I do for somebody else? Like, how can I make somebody else's day better today? I ended up starting to feel better. Like just by, somebody saying, "Oh, thank you. I needed that today." I'm like, "You know what? I did too." Like suddenly by uplifting somebody else, I uplifted myself. So I just want to encourage you. I know the holidays are coming up and it can just get crazy. And sometimes you do need to withdraw into yourself and you need to rest and all the things. But I want to encourage you that if you're just like in a mood, like me, I was in a mood. If you're in a mood, send a message to a friend. If you're, at the Walmarts and your, cashier is there, tell her, and you see, I know sometimes for me, I'm like, "Oh, I like her earrings," but I don't say anything. Say that, "Oh, girl, I like your earrings," or, hey, chat with them. And you normally, like in my head, I'm thinking of all the things that I need to do. And one thing I'm trying to do is not do that and actually like smile at people and, say, "Hey, have a good day." When my husband and I went to vote the other day, I was trying to be alert and like, "Hey, have a good day." And people probably thought like I was like the voting greeter or something because I'm just smiling, like, "Have a good day." And my husband's just like, but it really does help. So I just hope that whoever needed to hear that today, I hope that that helps you. Um, and also just take time. Take time to, even if it's just 10 minutes, just take time to sit for a minute and crochet. Or one thing that helps me is just going outside. And if I don't feel like going for a walk, literally just standing in my driveway and soaking up some sun, it just instantly makes you feel better. So I hope that this helps. And I will be talking to y'all soon. And until then, happy crocheting. Bye, y'all.